welcome to this broadcast of Baron TV. I'm your host, Joe Snyder, voice of the DeKalb Barons, and I'm joined tonight with Coach Pete Kemp and Colin Shaw. We're getting ready to watch an incredible event. We're here tonight at the DeKalb is hosting the Invitational, the 15th annual Invitational for the marching band competition. And of course, tonight we're getting ready to watch no other than the Baron Brigade. And I got to tell you, this is going to be an exciting event. Coach, we have been joined in the generosity from several sponsors. If you could you share with all of our listeners all the wonderful sponsors we have of this program?
Absolutely. I'm just happy to be here to be a part of this, and it's exciting to be part of this this whole Invitational. And it was made possible by these following folks: Seiler Excavating Incorporated, Metal Technologies, Brown & Brown Insurance Agency, Minet Music, Sweetwater Sound, Shambaugh & Son, Steel Dynamics, Best Steel Auto, Beacon Credit Union, Liberty Tax Services, Classic City Signs, Trailer Trucking Incorporated, Ashley Industrial Molding, Waterloo Family Dentistry, Community State Bank, Kim's Corner Music and more, NIPSCO, Quinlan and Fabish, FXI, DeKalb Health, AES, Eaton, Medford Weber and Blythe Attorneys at Law, Feller and Clark Funeral Homes, First Class Towing, The Sprinkler Can, and Credent Wealth Management. Hard time reading my own writing there.
Well, I got to tell you what, it is so wonderful. We've got so many sponsors that, year after year have helped with this event and put it together. And at the same time, we're joined tonight by Colin Shaw. And Colin, I got to ask you, this is a great event. We're so excited that Baron TV can be bringing this broadcast on YouTube to our masses. And we're going to have replay out there available to folks to watch this performance and see it throughout the season. That way they get a chance and a flavor of really enjoying the Baron Brigade.
Yeah, marching band is definitely a different kind of thing here at DeKalb High School. The kids put in a lot of work, and then it's really good for the community to see like how much work they have to put into a type of show that can make it to semi-state, make it to state finals eventually.
Absolutely. And one of the things that we think of when we think about marching band is we think about really the whole atmosphere of what they provide and the energy and the excitement. And Colin, one of the things that's interesting is when we sit back and we think about the Baron Brigade. Last year they competed at the state level.
Yes.
What a great honor that is, and they've had so many great events and so many great bands year after year. What can you tell us about this group of individuals?
This group of individuals, every year is kind of different as the classes go on, like seniors, juniors, and sophomores. But I believe this class is different from the rest of them because they're mature, they know what to do. Lots of seniors, lots of leadership, and they will listen to whatever information is given to them.
Well, and I got to ask you as well, where do you focus your energies with the band, all your efforts, and all you volunteer and you help out with this and you help to organize the band? Tell our listeners a little bit more about yourself.
Yeah, I work with the percussion section, bass drums, which is the five separate drums on the field, and then you got the snare drums, which is a single drum in front, and then you got the tenor drums, which is like the bass drums, except all the drums are literally in front of them. They got 5 drums.
Well, and that's something. You're an alumni here at the high school. What year did you graduate?
I graduated in 2012.
And I got to tell you, we appreciate the commitment from you and so many other alumni who come back and really help to foster the success of this program and so many others. It's so exciting to be here with you. And you help with us as far as a camera crew here on BTV, helping to make this program possible. We appreciate everything you're doing for us.
You're very welcome. I'm really glad to be here.
Well, Colin, I got to ask you, this year's performance, last year was an incredible performance. This year's an incredible performance. Where are some of the peaks in the different pieces? Where's some of the energy coming from in the band tonight in this performance?
Energy, across the board. Right now we don't have our closer on the field. We just have the first part and the second part. Okay. And lots of energy comes right at the beginning of the show, right? Big old hold. Everybody blast their music and drum lines drumming their notes. It's going to be really cool. It's going to be a good performance.
Well, I tell you what, we're excited. We're getting ready. They're getting ready to enter the field, and we're going to turn back to Coach Kemp for a moment. And Coach Kemp, one of the things that I have to ask you about with this is, hey, tell us a little bit, because I'm going to have some introductions to talk a little bit about the band here, but tell us a little bit about the support the band gives our groups for athletes and for the football program and the pep band.
It's full circle. Absolutely full circle. It's, we have some football guys down here hooting and hollering. They're going to root the band on tonight like they root us off before our games and at halftime. And it doesn't matter the sport. It doesn't matter what we do. It's about being everything DeKalb.
And I think that's the beauty of this is the camaraderie and the school pride that everybody ends up having. It's so good here to Baron TV to be able to really exhibit this and show the unity our school has and the support we have for one another. And folks, Tonight, of course, the Baron Brigade of DeKalb High School invites you to this performance of the 15th Annual DeKalb Marching Band Invitational. In exhibition for Open Class B in DeKalb High School, the Baron Brigade. The Baron Brigade will present their show titled Between Order and Chaos. Musical selections include It Is Well and Medea's Dance of Vengeance, arranged by Alex Yoder. The 2018 drum majors are Samantha Benbow, Erica Ellert, and Sophia Riggs. The band is under the direction of Shanna Lank and Colby Stackhouse. Drill design by John Bay. Staff includes Randy Lemish, Carly Merkling, Ross Taylor, Colin Shaw, Amanda Mendoza, and Michael Brown. Percussion, Brittany Satterweight and Megan Steinbacher for the guard. The Baron Brigade is a 22-time ISMA state finalist. And we're getting settled in, getting ready as the band gets ready to warm up and perform. And this is going to be an amazing show. And we get to see, one of the things is I love half times at the football games where we get to see this caliber of a marching band perform. Their music is incredible. Their marching is amazing. The formations they make and the general effect. These are the things that the judges are going to be looking for tonight. And folks, we hope you can enjoy this presentation on Baron TV.
Yep, first class top to bottom, and here we go.
Drum major Samantha Benbow, Erica Ellert and Sophia Riggs, is your band ready? DeKalb High School, the field is now yours.
once again, that was the Baron Brigade, and the crowd was really pleased with that performance. And, Coach, I got to tell you, this is going to be another great year for this group.
And the energy, especially coming off just the beginning of the performance, was electric, and you just kind of feel it. And as Colin said earlier, you could hear just almost what seemed like to an amateur eye, what amazing performance, a perfect performance. And you see Link down there getting up and down, jumping excited. You could tell that she kind of enjoyed what she saw, and Connor down there, hooting and hollering with his guys right now. And it seemed to be a fun performance.
It really was. And one of the things that's going to, judges are going to take a look at things like complexity of the music scale. They're also going to take a look at the dynamic contrast and how well the execution happens. They're going to look at general effect. And one of the things, when we look at the auxiliary and the guard and the motion and what happens with these formations, that's all part of it. Now, all of those things are coming together so well for the Barons right now at this part of the season. And their marching was absolutely tight tonight. And I think that's one of the reasons that the director is so excited to see these things come together. They still have one more, their closer to come to finish out this show. To see the level that they're performing at right now at this Invitational gives me nothing but great hope for the outcome of this season for this group.
Another ISMA state performance. It looks like it could well be on its way.
Well, and one of the things that we think about with this program is we look at all the different folks that are involved with this program here at Marching Band. For the Baron Brigade, we've got a group. It's not just the sponsors that we have available out here that support the community and the kids in this program. We also have a large group of parents that are volunteers that help out. We have individual, just like we talked to Colin Shull, former students and alumni that come back to help and assist. There's so many folks to mention. I don't think we could even come close to mentioning them all. And the level of commitment in this program, and Coach, you talk in football all the time about the brotherhood. The same thing is happening with the excellence that's happening in so many programs here at DeKalb.
And Coach Lank does an amazing job. She and I have, talked quite a bit over the last, month or so. And, she and I are here so often together in the fall.
Right.
We pass paths so many times and just kind of talk about commitment and what we do during the school day and how it's all intertwined. And there is no off switch. And she's just a prime example of that. And she's here all the time, and we can hear her on the football field coaching up, over here in the parking lot. And just to be a part of that energy from Coach Lank is it's cool to be a part of and watch.
It really is, and there's so much that these individuals end up doing, not just in marching band. I mean, right now we're looking at marching band, but there's so much they do throughout the year. They've got their concert band schedules. They've got their jazz band schedules that different kids are involved in. The pep band that does so much to support everybody.
A lot of different bands that go on at DeKalb High School.
There really are, and many of the kids also end up participating and helping out in things like the spring musical, where they're going to come and be in those forms of those bands. And they also have
the theater and the show choir.
Yes.
A lot of those same kids are supporting multiple programs here at DeKalb.
Absolutely, and it's kind of interesting because it does highlight the commitment that we have from our students, our student body, and from so many teachers and assistants throughout. And, Coach, that's something that to be part of this and to be part of Baron TV, what does it mean this year as we bring more programming out to more folks when it comes to arts and entertainment and really reaching out and highlighting the excellence that's happening throughout the school?
The focus for us was, obviously, sports is a big part of it, and working with Auburn Essential Services and, providing our sponsors not necessarily the majors, but what pays the bills with football, basketball, baseball, softball, but that's not what we're about. We're not just about that.
Right.
What we're about is celebrating everything DeKalb. And like this Friday, we're going to do Eye on Art, or highlight some of the parts of the art department. That was brought to a great suggestion. We being here at the band invitational and trying to bringing football guys out here and seeing the band over there at the tennis match for their senior night, and they went over to the soccer game, and then you have things like all these sponsors, and we're going to cover things like theater and just do everything we possibly can to highlight so much across the school district that we are doing, just so to make people aware. I don't think a lot of people understand the depth of which we do things at such a high commitment level here at DeKalb High School, and the whole focus of Baron Television is to showcase it all. And, little by little, step by step, I think we're getting there, and hopefully by the end of the year, we're going to have so much coverage, so much celebrated, that's going to be hard just to turn a blind eye.
It really is, and I got to tell you, I got a huge excitement, and the fans are going nuts right now. The bands are coming on down below. We should be able to see them here. Let me switch over to our views, folks, because what we're having is the different drum majors coming onto the field. And right now, obviously they're looking for presentations, as presentations are getting ready to start here. And we're joined once again with Colin Shull. And Colin, if you could, that's something, let us know. I mean, this is a pretty exciting moment when we start getting to the presentations and different recognition for the different bands and the performances that they had tonight.
Absolutely, whatever they get, they deserve it. Like, these kids work 100% all the time.
And, I talked briefly about that, but can you tell some folks a little bit about the different judging categories that they're going to end up having, and some of the things that folks are going to end up receiving or seeing from these performances?
Yeah, absolutely. You got general effect, which is how well the music affects the audience and how they respond to the music. And then you got music, which is how well it's played.
Right.
And then you got visual, which how they move, are their feet in time.
Well, and part of what ends up happening in music is there's a complexity factor that is factored into it. We've got some original pieces that we're doing, and I think that really adds to the character of the Baron Brigade.
Yes, absolutely.
And as we see, obviously in the background, we're hearing some of the mention right now, and we're going to turn that on so folks can listen in.
Best visual goes to the DeKalb Brigade of Bluffton High School.
Best visual to Bluffton?
Yep, and right now they're in Scholastic B class right now.
Okay. Pour down there as they receive their trophies.
The best music goes to the DeKalb Brigade of Bluffton
Best music also goes to the band that part of Bluffton High School.
Incredible performance tonight. That's Principal Matt Toth down there passing out the awards and the trophies. I believe he's joined with our drum majors from the Baron Brigade.
Yep.
His last team goes to Manchester High School.
All right, so Manchester came from behind and got that last caption. So we'll see how this goes.
It's gonna be interesting to see how that ends up coming about. This is it's kind of interesting because so many efforts are put together from so many people in all these communities to represent these bands, and when it comes to that point of getting that recognition and that award for that, how great is that for you?
It's
Manchester
again. So this is bottleneck 2-2 right now. So we'll see who comes out on top. Either that or that was the second place award. I couldn't really hear it.
We'll get a little bit more here.
First place
Yes.
trophy is Scholastic B goes to Bluffton High School.
Okay, so
Bluffton,
first place.
Bluffton does take first place in Scholastic B. And so we've got, if you could, break this down and let our folks know a little bit more, because we're going to end up having some other classes here, which would be Scholastic A,
Yep.
Class D, C, B.
Yep, and then Class D, C, and B are the open groups, which Scholastic means they're kind of behind on the activity, and then Open D, like no Scholastic in front of it at all, is bands that have more experience in this activity. And I believe Snyder High School just won a caption for Best Visual. We'll find out here.
And that's in Class A.
Yes, Scholastic A.
Scholastic A.
Yes.
In Scholastic A, the best music goes to Snyder High School.
Taking two captions.
Yeah, taking 2 captions out of 3 right now. They're looking good. Let's see who had the best visual.
And the best general effect trophy in Scholastic A goes to Snyder High School.
They swept it.
They swept it.
They swept it.
Yep. And usually that means when they sweep all 3 captions, there is a chance, not fully, but they will most likely get first place.
Most likely, that's right, because you're talking about averaging the scores and
In between all the 3 judges that were here.
That's correct.
Yep.
Participation award goes to New Haven High School.
Right. New Haven with the participation.
Absolutely.
Good job to them. It's crazy. I think these bands have been here since like 3 o'clock too.
The next
Absolutely.
participation award goes to Southside High School.
Southside getting participation as well.
Yep.
Nice salute there from the archers.
Yep. So it's always fun to see how creative these drum majors will get with their salutes.
Absolutely.
And the participation award also is awarded to Wayne High School.
Wayne getting a participation as well. It's something that we can't fully see the crowd out here. It's amazing. The crowd.
This place is just packed.
Bishop Dwyer taking third. This is such a great venue for these schools to come out here to participate in a competition and at the same time really showcase their programs and their abilities.
Yep, absolutely. And it gives a chance for Columbia City pulling out second place.
Second place.
Yep, which is really good. And then it gives the kids a chance to like mingle with the other bands. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like make new friendships. It's great. Great community.
And in Scholastic A, the first place trophy is awarded to Snyder High School.
There it is.
Snyder High School they sweep and pull out first place in Scholastic.
Now, when we were talking about classes earlier, I'm not sure if it's any more much about the experience, but how big the school size is.
Right. Yeah, so your student body size is going to dictate an awful lot as far as the class that you're in
Yep.
with marching band.
Yep. All right, so now we're going to move on to Open Class D competition.
Our awards in Open D tonight, it's that visual. Let's award that trophy to Woodland High School.
Woodland High School. Look at that visual.
Yep.
And of course, in D right now we have Eastside, Adams Central, Woodco, and Woodland.
Yep. I like that Woodland uniform. Looks kind of drum corps. Kind of reminds me of a certain drum corps out there.
The Best Music Award goes to Woodland High School.
All right,
Getting a second one.
getting a second one for music.
Now they need to end up having one for the uniform.
Yeah. Those trophies are pretty cool too.
They really are.
Baron logo on top.
I'm liking it.
In Open D, the Best General Effect Award goes to Woodland High School.
There we go.
Well, you know, it's a good time for us to talk a little bit about trophy sponsors as well with this program. Here for this event, Nucor Building Systems, Joyce Hefty State Farm, Eric Melke Auburn Chrysler, and Dodge Jeep Ram are the sponsors for this trophy presentation.
And they look beautiful, don't they?
Mr. Phillips, would you give Eastside High School the participation award?
All right,
Eastside.
participation for Eastside.
Nice sweep there from the Blazers.
Can't believe these kids are still in their uniform. It was hot. It was a hot one today, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
There's a commitment that comes with that. I think it was a drum major.
Yes, absolutely.
And Whitco gets some participation as well.
All right, let's see who pulls in second and first place here.
In second place this evening, the Open D trophy goes to Adams Central.
Adams Central pulling in second.
Fantastic.
And what you were saying about the community? Look at the end zone here.
Yeah,
It's just lined up with people.
everything's filled. We've got the stands down below us filled. We've got folks across in the away stands. We've got people lined up around the stadium. Folks are still out in the parking lot down
Yep.
by concessions. We've got a full house.
Oh yeah. All
All
right.
Woodland pulls it off.
Yep, Woodland pulls off the first place finish.
Congratulations to Woodland. So who do we have coming up next?
Right now we will have Open C class, and then we will just have Northside for B class. So they will sweep all captions, and they will get first place.
Okay.
So C Open is between Leo and Garrett.
This evening, the Best Visual Award goes to Leo High School.
Leo pulling in best finish.
In Open C this evening, the best music trophy goes to Leo High School.
Leo's got two captains.
Yep, Leo's got 2 captains. I know it's a sweep. Then again, it's always fun to see another school take a caption away from somebody that you think's already going to get the caption, considering they already have 2.
Absolutely.
And that's why it's so suspense. That's why this is suspense, pretty much.
It absolutely is.
And for the best general effect, let's award this one to Leo High School.
Leo has a sweep. That means, technically, that means Leo will be in first, and then Garrett will be in second. But anything can happen.
Yeah, we are talking about average, but typically when you end up having the highest number in each one of those categories, your average is going to come out higher overall.
Correct.
In Open C competition this evening, the second place trophy goes to Garrett High School.
Yep.
Garrett.
Regiment, Garrett, Indiana, which is also one of the groups I do help out at.
Fantastic. Well, and we ended up seeing the salute earlier from East Side here, participating from DeKalb County, and
Yep.
Garrett as well. And it's so great to end up hosting an event like this to really highlight the great exceptionalism in DeKalb County.
Yeah, and it's great for, to have people to come to this awesome venue.
And in first place, the Open C award goes to Leo High School.
Yeah, Leo does get the sweep in. So, that's something that a lot of folks, they come in, they participate, they march, and then after that, they're going to stick around. They're going to watch the other bands. They're going to end up meeting other folks involved with the programs, and they're going to watch and see what's going on competition-wise. Get some ideas. I mean, sometimes different bands watching different ones, you get different ideas on general effect.
And you learn, too, surprisingly.
The best visual, the best music, and general effect
Yep, they're all just saying
goes
it.
to Northside High School.
Yeah, of course, Northside doing a great job, and that's something. Here comes the salute.
Although the song they had at the very beginning was very iconic, David Bowie.
Oh, it really was.
Yep.
And, I got to tell you,
Is on the way.
the dynamic effect that they had and the wow factor, the general effect of that piece was really moving.
Yes.
And that was,
And including that, their soloists, too. The soloists were absolutely great. They were awesome. All right. So that should wrap up ceremony.
fantastic.
A big shout out to all these bands for doing such hard work over the weekend and during the summer and how hot it's been.
And the crowd does exactly that. They applaud everybody for their great efforts and their impact of what they're doing. And of course, that's exactly what we're hearing right now. The MC thanking everybody for all of their efforts tonight. We want to echo those same accounts as well. We want to thank everybody for stopping and taking time out to watch this performance of the DeKalb Baron Brigade and this presentation of trophies tonight. And you know, that's something that we really want to put a big shout out and wish the best to the band as they come up. Their next performance, of course, is at Penn High School in Indy, and they're going to have other competitions throughout the year as they build up into October, working towards that opportunity to get into the state finals.
Yep. Of course, after Penn, we have the state competitions, I believe, going on. We have regionals, I believe, at Homestead the week after.
Right.
And then after that will be not a regional performance. It will be at Eastside. Or not Eastside, but East Noble High School. Yep. And then depending on how everything goes at regionals, it will be semi-state, and then it will be state. So hopefully we can pull it out to state again this year.
Well, I tell you what, it's been so wonderful being part of this programming and bringing this out on BTV. Colin Shull, thank you so much for doing all you do to help us at Baron TV and to highlight the exceptional program we have with the Baron Brigade.
My pleasure. I mean, a lot of people don't know how cool this activity can actually really be until you actually stop and look at it. So I'm really happy that we actually got all this set up, and it's really exciting for BTV and the community.
Absolutely, and we hope that a lot of the students can end up picking it back up on YouTube, watching it and enjoying it with their family members and sharing it throughout the community of all the efforts and hard work that goes into this programming. Coach Kemp, that's something that, before we close, do you have any final thoughts and shout-outs that you have to our listeners as well on this program?
Absolutely. Just thank you for tuning in, just kind of being a part of what we do. And just as we continue to grow and we make errors, but we get more student involvement, and we've come so far in such a short amount of time, and just 6-7 weeks. And what we're going to be able to do in the very near future with our partnership with YCN, and just with the amount of kids that are growing in interests, and I'm just so excited to be a part of it. And now that Colin is, part-time in it with us, and just he's adding such a new dynamic that, just a multiple perspective, and having you come in, Joe, and doing so many different things, and just having all these coaches. And I know Band will be on our sports talk show next week.
Awesome.
Yes.
And just kind of to highlight going into their postseason competition, and the regular season kind of coming to an end, and just being a part and learning so much about so many different facets of what DeKalb is, and it's just an honor to be a part and to see that growth and to celebrate so much that we do great here at DeKalb High School.
Well, I tell you what, it is an honor to have both you gentlemen here with us on tonight's broadcast. Fans, we once again want to thank you so much for listening to tonight's broadcast here of Baron TV, bringing you none other than the Baron Brigade. And of course, we want to recognize all those who, through their generosity, made this programming possible. Once again, that's Seiler Excavating, Metal Technologies, Brown & Brown Insurance Agency, MyNet Music, Sweetwater Sound, Shambaugh & Sons, Steel Dynamics, Best Deal Auto, Beacon Credit Union, Liberty Tax Services, Classic City Signs, Trailer Trucking, Ashley Industrial Molding, Waterloo Family Dentistry, Community State Bank, Kim's Corners Music, and more. Quinlan and Fabish, FXI, DeKalb Health, AES, Eaton, Mefford, Weber & Blythe, Attorneys at Law, Feller and Clark Funeral Homes, First Class Towing, The Sprinkling Can, and Credent Wealth Management. That's it for tonight's broadcast, folks. Thanks once again for listening to Baron TV.